Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, May 8th. I'm Karen Connolly from the Scituate Board of Selectmen. I'm here today with Jim Boudreau, our town administrator, to give you the latest news about the COVID-19 situation in Scituate. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Karen. How are you this morning?
Very good, thank you.
So, it's update since Monday. We've had 2 additional positive cases since Monday and additional 4 antibody cases. As we said, the antibody cases are those people who at some point had the virus but never were symptomatic, and now they've been tested for the antibodies and have come up. They count as a positive test. So we're up at 87 cases in the town of Scituate. Life Care Center has gone from 8 to 15 since Monday. That is concerning, but again, DPH and our Board of Health is keeping a close eye on that. They are testing everybody in the facility who resides there and everybody who works there. So those numbers will probably go up again as they get to the testing, but that's where they are right now. The big news, again, is the mandating of masks. That has gone into effect as of yesterday. If you are out in a situation where you cannot social distance, you should be wearing a mask. If you are inside a public space, that is pretty much any store you go into, you're required to wear a mask. And a mask, business can deny you entry if you are not wearing a mask. So you should be wearing a mask. We've talked about this. If you're jogging at 5 o'clock in the morning, you probably don't need a mask. If you're out at the lighthouse at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably a good thing to be wearing a mask. There's probably a lot of people that are going to be out there, and you should be doing it. What we're hearing, what I'm seeing on social media is people getting yelled at. They're not wearing masks, confrontations with people who aren't wearing masks. That's not helpful. If someone's not wearing a mask, if you think there's an issue, you can call the Board of Health, you can call the police, we can send someone down. But you don't know what's going on with that person. That person could have a pre-existing health condition that precludes them from wearing a mask. They could believe that they could social distance and all of a sudden they can't. So be kind to people. Don't be yelling and screaming, you need to wear a mask, you need to wear a mask. If you think there's a real issue, let us know and we'll handle it. But you don't know what's going on with that person. You don't know what their situation is. So again, be kind. I was a little concerned yesterday that for the second day in a row, there were teenage boys playing basketball down at Sandhills. That's not allowed. You can't do that. We're going to have to keep a close eye on that and figure out a way to actually close that basketball court now. So if you're out and about and you are going to be where people are, wear a mask. It's as simple as that. We did have the guidance from the state on the marinas. We are still planning to open the marinas. That is on schedule. If you get down there now, you'll see Mill Wharf Marina already has some boats in it. I know some of the other private marinas are starting to accept boats. Our marina opens on the 15th. Meeting with the Harbor Master, Steve Mullen, and the Health Director, Drew Shealy, today to go over the guidelines of what we're going to require for the marinas when they open. I think at this point, people who are on the piers or the floats will be required to wear a mask when they're out there. The big guidance is keep to your family on the boat. Do not have parties on your boat. Do not bring people on your boats, and social distance while you're on the boats or the docks or the piers. But right now we are on schedule to open that. There have been rumors, rumblings that the governor is going to give us some guidance today on opening golf courses and maybe allow us to open the golf course. We'll see. I think we're just about ready to open the golf course if we get that notification. So if the governor says yes, then you'll probably see Widows Walk open very shortly after. Probably not right away, but within a couple of days with a notice. I think the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is beach parking. We will most likely, as I've said, be limiting the amount of parking at Peggotty and Egypt Beach. Those are big parking lots. If they fill up, the beaches are not real big to allow for social distancing. So at some point, we will probably be limiting the parking in those parking lots. We have a meeting on that at the end of this week. But the other thing we are going to do is, starting May 15th, we will start enforcing the sticker rule in the parking lots. Generally, we do that beginning of June. There is some concern, and I share that concern with the neighboring town having their parking lots for their beaches closed, that we are seeing a lot of people come over to Scituate. That's fine. I don't mind people coming to Scituate, but if it's causing too many crowds and a lack of social distancing, that's a problem. So we will start enforcing the parking bans, or the parking stickers, in the parking lots early this year. Right now, we're looking at May 15th to start enforcing that. So that's another week or so. The good thing is this week, really not beach weather. It's a little chilly out there. But if you can't social distance on the beach, you'll have to wear a mask. And I said it before, if you have to wear a mask on the beach, we're going to have some pretty weird tan lines coming in summer. So that's where we are with that. If you have any questions, Karen, I'm happy to answer them.
No, Jim, I think you've done a great job at keeping us up to date on what's going on. I will say that none of us thinks any of this is pleasant. None of us are doing this trying to make people's lives less happy than they were before. But, you know, it's just a matter of listening to what especially the health officials have to say about things. So I appreciate all that you've done to keep us up to date. It was called to my attention that Scituate is part of a referral service for mental health services. It's done through the FACTS grant, one of the FACTS grants that we have. It's called the Interface Referral Service, and it's free. And I don't know if anyone's had any experience trying to find a mental health counselor. Even in the best of times, it's not that easy. But Scituate residents do. If you go to the Scituate website, there is a toll-free number that you can call, free confidential referral services for mental health issues. And clearly with people yelling at each other in the street over not wearing a mask, there's a lot of tension out there and there's a lot of anxiety, and there's probably a lot of other stuff going on because people are upset. So I would highly encourage people to use that service, and it is free and confidential. And I thank Anne-Marie Galvin from FACTS for calling it to our attention. So that's all I have to say. Jim, I don't know if you want to close with any
One other thing I'd like to let people know is despite the quarantine, people have been doing work in their houses. Construction has been going on. We're getting a little bit of a backlog in our assessor's office. So the assessor's office will be out doing external inspections and measuring additions and things like that. We are not allowing them at this point to go into the homes, but with the nice weather, they will come out, they will have ID, they will have masks and gloves, and they will be measuring around the exterior of additions and things like that, just to try to get caught up so that the work doesn't get too overwhelming when we do get back to some level of normalcy.
Well, and Jim, that is normal town business, right? I mean, we do this periodically. It's the state mandates it, the Department of Revenue mandates that we, you know, provide correct assessments of all the properties in town. So this is not unusual. This is business as usual, and they're doing what they can do to keep up. It's a big task.
Yeah, we're trying to be as normal operations as possible. I know Joe had said he didn't have a problem going into the house and doing the inside inspections, and both the Board of Assessors and I and the health agent said, no, we don't want you going in the houses at this point. You can do the outside inspections and then do the rest of it later. But normal course of business for us, again, to make sure that everybody's assessed correctly. We don't want to put down that you have a 100 by 100 edition when it's a 10 by 10 edition. So right. Joe goes out and makes sure that all those things are accurate.
And your assessment will dictate how much in property taxes you pay. So it's in everyone's best interest to get it right.
To make sure we have it right, yeah.
Yep. Just one quick question. Water turn-ons, are they starting to be done?
We started them at the beginning of this week. I think the first day we did over 30 of them. So we have two of our employees that are dedicated to that. I haven't checked in on the numbers during the week, but they've been doing a real good job, and they'll bang them out as quick as they can. Go to the website. There's a form on the water department page that you have to fill out, and they'll put you on the list and come out as soon as they can.
Great.
And paving is going very well. I don't know if people have noticed that, but the paving crews are out. First Parish, Oceanside. The last couple of days they've been doing preliminary work on Man Lot. So that's going along as well.
Oh, Jim, you brought up a good question. What time are they allowed to start in the morning?
Generally 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, okay.
Yep.
All right, in the interest of getting it done, and especially while we've got the weather with us, you want to take advantage of it, so. All right.
And the price of asphalt is based upon the price of oil, so right now,
good time to do it.
Asphalt is a little bit cheap, so we're trying to get out there.
Yep.
Take advantage of the lower asphalt prices and take advantage of the fact that there's not as many people out driving around. So we're not inconveniencing as many of the driving public to do these projects. So we're going to bang those out as quick as we can.
Oh, one last thing, another last thing.
I have to stop talking. I keep making you ask questions.
I'm going to start talking. The town meeting has been postponed again, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry. I did forget that. Town meeting has been postponed again. It was scheduled for Monday the 11th. Under the statute, the moderator can postpone that for 30-day increments. So right now we're postponed until June 8th. I don't see the guidelines that the governor is coming out with on May 18th relaxing to the point where we can have a large crowd of, town meetings, a couple hundred people. So I would anticipate that'll probably be pushed back again, maybe to the end of June. We
Yeah.
also don't have any numbers from the House or Senate as to what local aid is going to look like, and that's a big chunk of our budget. So I would anticipate it getting pushed back again, but you never know. Right now, it's being pushed from May 11th to June 8th.
All right, that's it, Jim. Thanks very much. And
Thanks, Karen.
everyone, enjoy the weekend, and the next update will be on Monday.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day,
thank
Karen,
you.
and to the rest of the mothers out there.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.